not only do I help all of you and others with inner healing issues, but I also actively pursue it for myself. So a couple of weeks ago, I allowed someone in to make suggestions in my life, and it was life altering. And anyway, I wanted to pass along one of the things that they suggested to me. Now, it's not always going to land the same way with any two people, much less a large audience like this. But I do not, most of the stuff I do on people is stuff I've learned from the Lord, pursuing inner healing in myself, or something that's worked for other people that I've tried it on. So this, I always say you can try it and see where it lands. So the thing this person suggested to me was to go back to the last time that I extravagantly received from the Lord. And that hit a place in my heart that was, it's like, what? Extravagantly received from the Lord? It just hit this place that there wasn't a place, or there was really a hard spot. And probably a hard spot's more accurate. So it took me a few days to process that one. And finally, it takes you back and you go, oh. And mine took me back to probably pre-birth, at least after birth. And and I was not the boy they wanted. And girls in the Italian family I was brought up in were liabilities. They were not even assets. So my role in the family was to take care of the prize boy, which came along 2 years later. So I realized that there was no place in me to receive unless it was to help somebody else, like a brother or a sister, that I could not, because that is how I experienced it in my family. I could not receive anything, especially extravagantly, unless it was for someone else. So that took a lot of processing, and most of you know how to process stuff like that. But I would just like to pose that question to you, especially if you're having trouble receiving from God. And I don't even mean necessarily spiritually. It could be financially, it could be emotionally, it could be in any way. But go back, and in my case, there wasn't a place where I had received extravagantly. So go back to the last place you received extravagantly from the Lord. And I'd be interested to hear from you guys what comes up too.